things to be decided before we reach the last day. We're wondering if Kaiho will get enough wins to confirm his promotion to Ozeki. Akebono himself is aiming for Zensho, which means 15 straight wins. He's never done that before. The best he's done previously, apart from this basho, was 13 wins and 2 losses. He's had 14-0 so far this time. And of course, we're looking to see who will win the various tournament prizes. Now let's go to our first bout, which is between Daizen, who's fighting Kotonishiki, who's top of the Juryo rankings. He's been brought in. That often happens in some of these bouts when the Makuuchi wrestlers drop out to injury or whatever. But Kotonishiki there, a man who won 2 tournaments in the past and not such distant past either, being thrust down there, dropped down by Daizen. That gives 4 wins for Daizen and 7 losses for Kotonishiki. However, he's in a different division. Now Kyokushuzan fights Kinkaiyama. Kinkaiyama with 6 wins so far, Kyokushuzan with only 4. And Kyokushuzan being wrapped round the waist and lifted up by Kinkaiyama. And just bundled out slightly rare technique there, tsuridashi. We don't often see that. That's the lifting up and forcing out. There is an obscure rule which says that a wrestler who lifts his opponent up can walk out of the ring and touch down outside of the ring without dropping his opponent first. But not many wrestlers chance that. They can't do it backwards, but they can do it forwards. Now, Kotonowaka against Chiyotenzan. These two have fought 4 times previously. Kotonowaka's won 3 of them. Kotonowaka trying the overarm throw, but a bit lackluster attempt there. Kotonowaka's had 8 wins already. He's got his kachikoshi. That's taken the pressure off him. Chiyotenzan racking up his 10th win. A very good tournament for this Kokonoe stable wrestler so far. Last 2 tournaments, he only won 6 times each basho. And now a newcomer, Aminishiki. He's got 9 wins and fighting Kaiho here with 6 wins. They've never fought before. Certainly not in pro sumo ranks. They're both amateur champions. And there's a nice technique from Kaiho. He locked his knee behind. That was kirikaeshi and spun him over, but it was touch and go. Who touched down first? Well, it's a mono-e, an objection. And then a kogi, that's a discussion. Well, that was very close. Well, Chionofuji there says that the referee's decision, which was first to give Kaiho the match, was correct, and so Kaiho gets that decision. So 7 wins and 7 losses so far for Kaiho, and the 5th loss for Aminishiki. Now, Kotoryu and Takamisakari. Takamisakari usually goes for the belt. Kotoryu, good at either pushing sumo or belt sumo. He's done very well so far. Almost got spun over there by Takamisakari. And there, he gets shrugged off from the belt hold and just dropped down with tsukiotoshi. Well, he's certainly doing well, this newcomer, in his first tournament. That was his 10th win. He's upset a number of these top wrestlers so far. Of course, he's got a lot of experience. He came into sumo through the amateur ranks. Came in '99, very quickly progressed up from the Makushita division, which is where these top amateurs start. If they place in the National Amateur Sumo Championships in the first 4, that enables them to start in the Makushita division, which is the one just below Juryo, which is the one just below this division, the Makuuchi division. So there you see him shrugging off Kotoryu's grip at the end there and dropping him down face forward to the ground. So 10 wins there for Takamisakari. Now, Tochinonada against Minatofuji. They've gone through their 4 minutes of ritual posturing. The tension builds up, the crowd goes silent, and this is the moment. And they crash forward. And Minatofuji meets Tochinonada closer to Tochinonada's line than his own. In other words, he crossed that gap more swiftly. These two have fought 6 times previously. Tochinonada's won 5 of them. But these records, of course, go back some time. And it all depends on who won most recently. Well, that was a lovely throw there. Makiotoshi, a rare one. We don't often see that. That spun Minatofuji over and round very crisply. 6th win there for Tochinonada, 8th loss for Minatofuji and makiotoshi. Asanowaka. Well, we know that he charges forward, slams into the opponent, and then he sidesteps. That's his tactic. Higonoumi on the well, there it is, as predicted. Although I suppose, of course, there's a certain amount of doubt from the opposing wrestler as to which way he'll sidestep. He can sidestep to the left or the right, but there he sidesteps to the left. And Higonoumi went sailing past, and then he got pushed out following that sidestep. So Higonoumi with 10 losses. Currently, he's almost got the lowest win-loss rate in the top division, 0.452, which is to say he wins about 45 or 4.5 wins out of 10, which is not so good, but somehow he manages to stay in the Makuuchi division. Now Toki against Oginishiki. These two have fought twice. Oginishiki's won twice. Toki driving him to the edge, gets shrugged off, and Oginishiki recovers from that perilous position on the edge of the ring and moves in to shove Toki out with oshidashi. 6th win for Oginishiki. He's got makiotoshi already, but if he wins on the last day, he'll do better than his previous tournament where he only had 6 wins and 9 losses. Wakanoyama, a man who's been in and out of the Makuuchi division. Started sumo in '88, that's along with lots of the all-time greats like Takanohana. Hasn't done as well though. Had a 28 basho absence from the Makuuchi division. Suffered from diabetes for a bit. Some of these wrestlers do have this problem, possibly to do with their eating habits. Akinoshima, there, spinning him over. Well, that was a nice one. Low grip on the belt, spun Wakanoyama over. That was 7 losses for Wakanoyama. He's 1 short of a makikoshi or a kachikoshi on the penultimate day. To have a 7-7 record means it's touch and go right to the last day as to whether he's up or down the rankings. Akinoshima there in the same position, 7-7. Tosanoumi fights Tochinohana. Tosanoumi with 6 wins, Tochinohana with 5. And that's a good driving start from Tosanoumi, head into Tochinohana's chest. And then 2 hands on the body as well, 3-point touch. That's meant to be the ideal type of pushing position. Not only the hands pushing, but the head as well, locked in, and the feet driving behind. And also it stops the neck from being injured. Now, Takanowaka against Tamakasuga. These two have fought twice previously. Tamakasuga's won 2 of them. Well, that was a fast start there from Takanowaka. This is only his 5th Makuuchi tournament. Previous one, he kachikoshi, 8-7. Hasn't done quite so well this time. And now it's open sumo. Takanowaka looking for the belt. But the arm work of Tamakasuga denies him it, but then a spin and drop there, and a hook round the back with the leg drops Tamakasuga down. And that was the 6th win for Takanowaka. 12th loss for Tamakasuga. Bad tournament compared with last time. Last time he had 9 wins and 6 losses. Now, a good match coming up. Takatoriki against Tochiazuma. Takatoriki, the man who won a tournament 2 bashos ago. Tochiazuma, very competent wrestler. Gradually going stronger and stronger in a unnoticed sort of way, but they're winning comfortably against Takatoriki. Sidestepped him and pushed him out from behind and down. Okuri Taoshi. So Tochiazuma winning that one, 11 wins. That puts him into, or keeps him in 2nd place there. And certainly much better than his previous 3 tournaments. Last tournament he had 9 wins, the one before that 8, and the one before that 8. So 11 wins now for Tochiazuma. Certainly getting better and better as the bashos go by. Hayateyumi, Windy Sea is what his name means, fights Musoyama. These two have never fought before. Hayateyumi in his third Makuuchi Basho, which is the reason for that. Hanging on there with the belt, bends Musoyama backwards. Musoyama swings him from side to side and then finally over with tsukiotoshi. That was the fourth win for Musoyama. Well, he's got makiotoshi, and he's certainly down, will drop down from Ozeki. But he's fighting his game. He could have dropped out this one, as he did in the previous Basho. But he chose to come in and fight, despite his injury. Now, Kyokutenho, the Mongolian from the Oshima stable, fights Dejima. They've only fought once before. Dejima won that one. Dejima comes straight out and almost loses it there. Had his head pushed down and his arm lifted up, but he just about recovered from it. Kyokutenho nearly had him. But at the start of this particular bout, the wrestlers were even. They had 9-4 each. But Dejima moves ahead on that one. There's 10 wins for him and 5 losses for Kyokutenho. Now, Takanonami, he's got makiotoshi already. He'll be down from this Sekiwake rank. Miyabiyama in his debut as an Ozeki has done pretty badly, but he's allowed one more bad tournament. Or rather, if he goes a bad tournament next time, he'll be down from Ozeki. Only 2 makiotoshi allowed for the Ozeki. So a kirikaeshi attempt there by Miyabiyama. And that was a powerful throw there from Takanonami. He lifted up the 177 kilo body of Miyabiyama and just dumped him down. Well, there was a display of power from the man who's in the distant past won 2 tournaments. Never been a spectacular winner. Takanonami hasn't won many tournament prizes, but he has won 2 tournaments, and not many Rikishi do that. Now Kaiho, 9 wins he's got, needs 2 more wins for that promotion to Ozeki. He's been trying 6 times already. This is his 7th attempt for promotion to Ozeki. Here fighting Musashi Maru. These two have fought 36 times and Musashi Maru's won 22 of them. Well, the last Basho, the last bout rather, for Musashi Maru was a pretty feeble affair. He didn't seem to be trying very hard against Chiyo Taikai. No doubt his stable boss will have read in the riot act. Here locking in tight against Kaiho. Kaiho needs this one. He's got the overarm position there. Will he try the overarm throw? He's a much lighter wrestler than Musashi Maru. And maybe this is not too advantageous for him to lock in on this double belt hold. He's trying to get the belt, can't quite reach it. Musashi Maru denying him that position. Now, if he opens it up a bit, that must surely be to Kaiho's advantage. Musashi Maru much too heavy to power out belt to belt. So there Kaiho holding Musashi Maru's hand, trying to stop him on the belt. Now, possibility of a side step here, or a turn to one side and flip the big man forward. So this is taking longer than it normally does for these sumo bouts. This massive weight leaning into each other is a test of stamina. There's a leg hook. Well, that was very neatly done. A little kick on the inside of Musashi Maru's leg was just enough to disturb his balance, kick his leg sideways, and then a bit of leverage on the far arm and the overarm spun Musashi Maru down to the ground. So 10 wins for Kaiho, just 1 win away, which hopefully he'll get on his last day. And that will confirm him as Ozeki. So let's watch that one again. That was an interesting bout. Both wrestlers go fairly quickly into the closed sumo, the belt sumo, after a brief flurry at the beginning. And an enormous weight difference here. Some 60 kilos weight difference between the two of them. That's 9.5 stone weight difference. Now there's that hook just on the inside of the leg, and you can see that's just enough to disturb the balance of Musashi Maru, and down he goes to the ground. 5th loss for Musashi Maru and 10th win for Kaiho. Now, Akebono has already won the title, which he did on day 13, fights Chiyo Taikai. They fought 8 times. Akebono's won 5. Akebono looking for a Zensho, that's 15 straight wins. And that affects his pay and his pension. If he can do that, makes a big difference in his money. So there's an incentive here for him to win, and here thrusting at Chiyo Taikai. Shouldn't keep it too open. He can lose when there's too much space between the two wrestlers. And Chiyo Taikai takes it. 11 wins for Chiyo Taikai. Kept the sumo open and fluid, and then after an exchange of pushes and thrusts, got his hand down behind Akibono's head and pulled him down to the ground. So a spark there from Chiyo Taikai. That's 11 wins for him. And an interesting bout between these Ozeki and the Yokozuna. So there Chiyo Taikai driving him with the head into the chest of Akibono. That precise moment not making too much dent, but then going for the throat, pushing hard, starts to open it out, pulls away, creates a bit of space. Akibono trying to close in, but you can see him leaning there, leaning into it a little bit too much. Chiyo Taikai digging his head in again, and then trying to pull away and drive the big man forward. Akibono closes in again. There's that pull down on the head, and down goes Akibono. So at the end of day 14, Akibono's won it. He takes his first loss, and Chiyo Taikai and Tochiozuma are 11 wins and 3 losses in second place. But don't go away, stay with us, we'll be back.